services, click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome into WTIM, your information station. Time now for the WTIM Morning Show. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. In studio, we have Taylorville Fire Chief Matt Aderman. How are you today?
Good.
Chief,
how are you?
Doing very well. And I'm just now realizing how important the summer months are to you guys, and how involved you guys are in so many of the events that will be coming to our great city of Taylorville here. Talk to me a little bit about what's on your guys' mind as we move into the summer. We got fairs, we got parades, all types of community engagement out there. What's on your guys' mind?
Sure. Yeah. No, we're big on planning. So obviously, we try to keep a close ear to the ground for anything that's going to happen. So obviously, fireworks shows, we'll have staff at those shows. The influx of people that come in for the fireworks and for the fair and the different events that happen. So we plan well ahead of time for those types of things and make sure we have adequate staff to respond to what calls may come from those.
Yeah, absolutely. More people in town, meaning more calls to the fire department. It can be that simple there. And you're talking fireworks right now, so let's stick with fireworks a little bit. I'm sure that you would wish that everybody in town would just go to the fireworks show that is put on by the city, and probably not buy their own fireworks, because that can be a little bit dicey every year. A message to the people out there that like to light their own fireworks every year.
Yeah, no, just go to the lake. They put on a great show out there and watch that. Years past, I think it was 2022, we had 2 house fires on July 4th from fireworks. So one was a very significant fire, and they're both significant, and one was a total loss, but we were able to stop the other one. But always remember that, leave it to the professionals to handle those types of things.
Absolutely. It's 2 house fires as of last year, and it's probably not even talking about the injuries that may or may not have happened, but those injuries that can occur. I mean, what are some of those injuries that you happen to see?
Well, burns, for one. Obviously, firework is a small type of explosive, so any type of shrapnel or blast type injuries that you can see with that. A lot of those don't go reported. So we don't have a lot of great numbers on those, but they do happen from time to time.
Right. From Fire Chief Matt Aderman, go to the lake and enjoy the professionals show right there, because it is a great show every single year. So you guys usually do have extra staffing out for these types of events, it seems.
Yep. Yeah, we'll have staff out late during the 4th of July, the whole basic time period, So we're ready for anything that would happen, from a fire to an emergency medical call, and even our dive team would be out there too.
Wow.
So
even the dive team, that's really great. How closely do you guys work with EMA and all these different groups? I mean, you say you're really involved with planning. That's a big part of your job.
Our EMA for the Christian County, Jeff Stoner, is great to work with. We're constantly talking back and forth and preparing for all kinds of different things.
Yeah. We've spoken to Jeff Stoner on this show a couple of times, a great person on the job, and really cool that you guys collaborate like that. So it's really awesome. As we're talking about fireworks, 4th of July, will you guys be making an appearance in the parade this year?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. We try to have a big presence in the parade. So
wouldn't be a parade without a big red fire truck
coming
through.
That's true.
Seeing all of our fire department folks there. That is really awesome. So this is Matt Aderman, the fire chief here for the Taylorville Fire Department, talking about upcoming 4th of July fireworks, staying safe there. And 2 house fires last year. You said one was a total loss. You guys were able to get under control. Those happened like towards the same time of the day.
Actually, both of them in the evening.
Wow.
So yeah.
And when something like that does happen, I mean, were you equipped to fight 2 fires at the same time? It feels like that is the
Luckily,
biggest
they didn't come in at the exact same time, but they were far enough apart to where we were. And we have a great working relationship with our mutual aid partners, the other departments in the county. So we assist them and they assist us. So we kind of work hand in hand most of the time.
Right. So many of the stories that we read on our airwaves here is Taylorville Fire Department. They were assisted by Stonington Fire Protection District or what have you. There's just so many people involved there. It's always really good to see how quickly these other forces are enacted like that. So that is really cool. Kind of moving away from 4th of July and fireworks, all that kind of stuff. Really good to practice safety with those, of course. Let's talk Christian County Fair. That's upcoming, 100th annual Christian County Fair. Might be the biggest one we've seen, but you guys have a pretty big presence out there as well.
Sure. Yeah. And this year there's going to be, I hear there's going to be a great concert there this year. So we'll have a presence on the grounds again for when a lot of people like that come in. We've learned that stuff happens. Heat conditions or just, falls, trips, slips, stuff like that. So we'll be there to serve the public there too.
Absolutely. And we were talking heat a little bit and all the things that come with festival type settings. This is going to be a big concert, so there's going to be a whole lot of people there. You talked about slips and falls, but with huge populations in one spot, probably alcohol involved there.
Mhm.
I mean, you guys are probably on high alert here. There's so many different things can happen out there.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you name it. It's just put all those people in one big area that anything and everything can happen. So.
Absolutely. And it's not often. It's only a couple times a year where we're expecting a large influx of people. You said planning is a big part of what you guys do. Do you have different conversations? Are you trying to enact any new aspects into your plan this year? Is it kind of the same focuses?
Well, we've learned from things that have come up in the past. So, for instance, like when South Dirt Riders has their big events, that's kind of where we learned what to expect and how to plan and how to adjust our plans to handle the influx of people.
Absolutely. All right. So talk a little bit about the Christian County Fair. Big concert there. Allie Colleen, Rodney Atkins, a little plug for the Christian County Fair there. But no, that is awesome there. The 100th annual Christian County Fair. There's going to be a lot of people out there. Anything in the past that you guys have learned from? I know with we have these events that danger can strike at any given moment, and I'm sure you guys just absolutely love it with the demo derby because these things can just happen, and they're almost supposed to happen. They're crashing into each other with the demolition derby. Of course, you're not going to say no more demo derbies because they produce injuries. But with that, is there a message to the drivers? Do those drivers know what they're getting into? Or what is that?
No, I mean, what I know about demo derbies is probably not very much, but all I can say is that the promoters that put them on do a great job of making sure that the safety precautions are followed for them. So my only advice to the drivers is to do what they tell you.
Exactly. Yeah. You do what they tell you. Try to win the thing, I guess. But yeah,
Sure.
I think there was one injury you mentioned in the last one.
Yeah, it does happen from time to time. So,
Most
but we're there ready to take care of whatever happens. So.
Absolutely. It's really good to see you guys out there every chance we do. And especially at the Christian County Fair, it's one can get a little bit dicey with tractor pulls and demolition derbies. The fans stay safe, of course, but always just really important to practice safety out at those. And we're talking beer garden and stuff. You guys are going to be out that kind of thing too.
Well, yeah, for a little bit. So not partaking. We'll just,
of course, medical purposes only sticking
sure.
around. Really awesome. This is Chief Aderman, fire chief for the Taylorville Fire Department. So many cool things. Anything else in the summer events that you guys have coming up? Anything in the department, welcoming community? I know you guys do a lot of cool stuff like that.
We our summer doesn't stop just because it's summer. So we still offer our pub ed. We'll have our monthly CPR the first Wednesday of the month. So you can just call the firehouse and schedule to come in for that. We still do car seat inspections. So you just, again, call the firehouse, make sure we should have a tech on duty almost every shift. Banker's hours, we call them, 9 to 5, you can call in and come in and have a guy either assess your seat or install it for you. Yeah. So, and then home fire safety assessments, we'll do those. People call and ask us. So our fire prevention stuff, our public education things, they don't stop just because it's the summertime. So.
Sure. No, I love to hear that. All those monthly initiatives, the car seat safety checks and CPR, these are huge ones to know right there. You should call it pub education. What was
we call it public education.
Public education.
Yeah. They used to call it fire prevention, and it's kind of evolved into a year-long thing. So now it's just public education.
Is that just a different topic you guys cover once a month?
No, it's kind of just ongoing all year long. So like I said, CPR is once a month. We give different fire safety talks. We have a program for senior citizens that we do with Triad that kind of focuses on slips, trips, and falls, things like that. So we're always just looking to put any information we can out there to the public to help them be prepared and try to prevent any type of injury or fire.
Sure. Off the top of your head, fire safety tips as of recent, is there any popular ones right now that people are missing out on out there that need to be aware of?
Not really. The new batteries, the new lithium batteries, when you're charging them and things, you need to really pay attention. Most people open up something, they'll throw the directions away, but you need to really pay attention to what the directions say about how to dispose of them correctly and how to properly charge them and everything. So there is a danger to those. So
wow, that's an interesting point. I didn't expect you to bring up right there. Those things can be explosive if you leave something plugged in for too long, depending on what it is, the product, those lithium batteries are.
Sure. Yeah. Anything that you could leave plugged in like that for a long period of time can produce heat and then obviously a fire. So
yeah, if it's laying bed or something, there's your fire starter right there. Unbelievable. This is Fire Chief Matt Aderman. Before we go, this just came to my mind. Weird question about the your fire department house over there. Do you guys have a pole?
We do.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome.
We have a fire pole. It's hard to slide in the summertime because it's humid. wood.
Yeah.
So you leave a little skin on it when you come down, especially with your arms or hands. So
Jeez.
we do have one. It was actually from the original firehouse in 1885.
1885.
So that's how old it is.
Unbelievable. Very, very cool. Learning a whole lot here with Taylorville Fire Chief Matt Aderman. We're going to have much more from him when we come back. First time out here on the WTIM Morning Show. We will be right back.
Your information station, WTIM.
Here's another lifestyle medicine message from Dr. Pavi Gill at Springfield Clinic, Taylorville.
If there's anything all of us face in life every day, it's stress. Our lifestyle medicine team offers strategies to help you cope with stress, enhancing your physical and mental health. Decide to live a healthier you.
Book your lifestyle medicine appointment with Dr. Gill by calling Springfield Clinic, Taylorville, and improve your quality of life. Have your own apartment and enjoy 3 home-cooked meals a day at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, where they encourage independence and enrich lives. You can socialize with friends and ride the bus to many local activities. Taylorville Estates Assisted Living residents are treated like family. Check for vacancies or get on the waiting list by contacting Administrator Tony Clark. Stop by or call 824-2222. That's 824-2222. Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, encouraging independence, enriching lives.
People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, are proud to continue their long-standing sponsorship of honoring Taylorville High School Students of the Month on WTIM's many platforms on AM, FM, and streamed online, and on WMKR Genuine Country 94.3.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Richardson, and my parents are Candy and Dustin Richardson. My extracurricular activities include Purple Rain, band, Key Club, and student council. My hobbies are volleyball, working with my cattle, traveling. My future plans are I plan to become a neonatologist, and my favorite subject is science because you learn about a lot of interesting topics and you get to do fun labs. And I also enjoyed freshman seminar first semester.
People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, salutes these great Taylorville High School students on this honor and wish them the best in their future. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Lauren Asali here from Schaefer, Perfetti, and Asali Funeral Homes. When you need a compassionate partner to guide you through life's most challenging moments, trust Taylorville's only locally owned and operated funeral home. Because at Asali Funeral Homes, we're more than just a business, we're family. From the smallest gestures of comfort to the most arrangement, we handle every aspect of your loved one's farewell with care and dignity, ensuring meaningful and personal service. At Asali Funeral Homes, we will continue to serve as a family for your family.
Thank Byers Chiropractic in Pana for all your spring and summer aches, pains, and injuries. Let me, Dr. Bill Byers, and Dr. Ethan Harper help you. Learn more at byerschiro.com or click on my banner at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Find out about available units at Taylorville's Valley View Mobile Home Park, 913 North Taylorville Boulevard, by clicking the Valley View Mobile Home Park icon on the obits page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
And welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. This one with Taylorville Fire Chief Matt Aderman. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. The first half there, we talked about the presence that you will be seeing from the Taylorville Fire Department out at Christian County Fair, out of July 4th, activities, fireworks, safety. Got into a whole bunch there in that first half. Let's talk a little bit about this week in particular. It's going to get really hot out there. It's going to be like 94 degrees today, and things are only going to get a little bit hotter. We spoke a little bit about it with Ed Shimon, if you tuned into that WTIM morning show, but the medical professional here, paramedic, I mean, this is really awesome to see. You've seen these people probably in some tough situations dealing with dehydration out there. What's your message to the people out there?
Just from what we've seen, it happens very, very quickly. A lot of times people don't know what's coming on, so it's important to know what the signs and symptoms are. Obviously, heat exhaustion is where you're going to start becoming more and more thirsty and a little dizzy, possibly even faint. So it's most imperative is to recognize the early warning signs, stay hydrated, take frequent breaks, stay in the shade, get inside, do those types of things so that you don't end up towards a heat stroke type of thing.
Absolutely. A lot of people out there work outside. They work long hours outside. They find it hard to probably find those times to find the air conditioning. So moving from heat exhaustion to heat stroke, you said it can happen quickly there, and feeling dizziness, feeling faint, and that can sometimes be someone's daily feelings at some point in the day. But when they are moving into that stroke portion there, well, what are some of the signs that they could be looking out for?
Well, typically their body temperature continues to rise once it gets above, like, I believe it's 103 degrees is where they consider that to be the heat stroke area. A lot of times people will notice that they've quit sweating, and when that happens, that's a really bad sign. Most of the time when that takes place, you need to seek medical help. Call 911, get to the hospital, because you're going to need a lot of fluids and everything else. Then the effect that it can have on your body, besides the hydration part of it, it's very important.
And a lot of fluids you're going to need to get back into your system, but we've learned that you can't just drink a bunch of water to rehydrate yourself after getting into the strokes type of symptoms, because your organs aren't quite working the way they should.
Yeah. Basically, the whole body works together, obviously. So, as once it starts getting stressed in one area, things start shutting down and shunting back into the main part of the body. So you need medical help to. I could talk for hours about exactly what's going on, but for most people, it might be a little bit too much. So the most important part to take away from it is that when this happens, you need to seek medical attention.
Absolutely. The drying of the skin is a eerie, scary feeling to me right there, because of course your sweat is what was trying to maintain your body temperature there. But the stopping of the sweating is a very interesting and scary part to look out for there. But there might be times where you might not even be able to know that it's happening to yourself. Is there a way to see someone and know that they might be dealing with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously their face may become more red or something like that. They could start being a little more sluggish, a lot of confusion. That's one of the telltale signs, and dizziness, obviously.
Is there any regular stroke factors that would be involved? Like you mentioned, slurred speech. Is there any type of?
Sure. I mean, all that can take place with that. So
even real stroke symptoms there. Okay, unbelievable. Learning the signs of a heat exhaustion, stroke, and even cramps. That's kind of where it can start. You feel those cramps developing. Where in the body do you start?
Pretty much anywhere, really. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. We had word from Ed Shimon that it could start in the legs, but you're kind of saying it could start anywhere. Yeah, just being aware, staying hydrated.
The legs is typically the first place it starts, but I mean, I don't want people to think, well, I got cramp in my arm, so that's not it, so
Perfect. No, absolutely. It's good to hear you say that, and it's not just legs. It could truly be anywhere there. So knowing the signs, very important, especially during this very hot week here. Anything you guys do as a department, and do you guys have any conversations like, hey, this is how I'm experience some of these calls?
Yeah, especially for our guys, because we wear 70 pounds of turnout gear when we're working at a fire somewhere, so we take a lot of precautions and making sure we get enough breaks in. We have hydration at the fire scenes, and making sure that the guys, we rotate them through. We keep it, as a chief officer, we try to keep a close eye on the guys that are working on the fire ground, so we can try to identify a lot of those things.
Wasn't even considering your guys over at the fire department. They're going to be the hottest of them all in 70 pounds of gear. Does their gear change at all from different situations, different calls? If a car accident is called, would they wear something different than what they would wear to a full blown house fire?
Not necessarily. No, no. There's some of that out there. We don't have it. Just kind of a cost thing, but we typically the same turnout gear we wear in the summer to a car fire is the same stuff we wear in the winter to a house fire. It's the same exact material and the same exact gear.
Very interesting. You guys are thanking that gear during the winter months, and you're hating it during the summer months.
Sure.
I'm sure.
Yep.
It's very interesting. I did not know about that. You said 70 pounds of gear.
Once we get it, once the turnout gear's on, air pack, and some tools in your hand, you're looking close to 70.
I'm thinking about the air pack. What other type of tools are you carrying on the belt? What are those need tools that you need to have on you?
Well, it depends. Everybody's specific and sometimes situational. So there can be anything from an axe to what we call a Halligan bar or a large pike pole or something like that. So
interesting. You guys recently had a new tanker truck, and this is a couple months old by now, but it seemed to me, to the layman, it seems like a very cool technological truck there. Explain some of those bells and whistles. What is that tanker really used for?
So its primary use is to tank water. It's a big water tank on the back. It's 2,000 gallons. So it's used for rule settings, and it can dump all the water out of it in under 5 minutes.
Wow.
So that then it goes back and gets more water and brings back to the fire. And so that's its primary use. It also set up work fires too. but it has a remote gun on it to where we can knock down brush fires and keep driving along. So
Oh, you said there's like a dumping feature. Would this tanker be delivering water to another type of vessel?
on
Or
the
would
side,
do you shoot right from it?
no, on the side of our tanker, it actually has 2 drop down tanks. They're portable tanks.
I see.
They're about 2,100 gallons each. It's like a little swimming pool.
Sure.
And we dump water in that, and then the main pumper will pull the water from it and fight the fire.
Very, very interesting. Chief Aderman, we are out of time here, but thank you so much for taking the time being here.
Hey,
with
thank
us.
you very much.
Absolutely. That was Taylorville Fire Department Chief Matt Aderman. So many great words from him. And we're gonna be kept safe in the city of Taylorville throughout these summer months here. This has been Tim Zalabak here on the WTIM Morning Show. You've been listening to the WTIM, your information station.
With SRN News, I'm Greg Clugs.